Hey, my loves. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Wherever you are, good night, good evening, wherever you are. Today is Thursday. Money Magic Thursday. If you know anything about hoodoo practice, let me tell you. Especially with this new moon in Taurus. Babies, Thursday is the day to do it. It is. Granted, the beauty about hoodoo practice is that if your need is today and now, honey, get up and do your work today and now. Why? Because you're in need today and now. First thing I want to say as well is that I apologize for not being able to get to this episode earlier. I'm running behind with 2 episodes, but that is okay. Everything happens for a reason. There is a timing to everything, which we want to get into. But one thing I would say is that you kind of want to listen to both this episode and the one after in a way that it is a 2-parter. The topics are related, but different at the same time. All right? So apologies about getting to this episode late. Lord have mercy. I've been trying to wake up in the morning to be able to do this episode, but babies, my day starts at around 5:30 a.m., sometimes 6, 7. It do. And before I'm able to get to anything, if you truly live this way of life, honoring, working with, and venerating spirits and the Most High, then you know your day starts off first thing in the morning with veneration and prayer. Starts off first thing in the morning with veneration and prayer. If you're really about it, that's how your day starts. And I highly recommend, especially if you're a beginner, start off your day with veneration and prayer to your folks, to the spirits you work with, to your divinities, your spirits. It sets the whole tempo for your day. It really do. As my elders say, if you put them first, they put you first. You do it last thing before you go to bed. Honey, what does that say actively about the things that you would like to have happen? Not saying that they're not going to provide for you, but don't be sitting there looking to tomorrow, wondering where your stuff is at, when you over here putting your folks last. And we sip our coffee. Anyway, getting into it. So once again, because it's broad daylight and, construction is around and all that stuff, if you hear any construction sounds or anything like that, I apologize. I actually ordered a audio microphone to be able to cancel out extraneous sounds. All right? But getting into this, today's episode is about the right path. How do you know if you're on the right path? What is the right path? I get that question a lot from my clients. Whenever they come, be it them booking a simple 30-minute session, an advice session, or hour sessions or longer. The main question I get from my clients is, are they on the right path? And that seems to be more and more prevalent as time goes on, mainly due to people in a way waking up on an emotional, mental, and more spiritual level. People are now starting to seek a deeper meaning and understanding with their place, not only in the world, but also what are they meant for. All right? And the biggest concern is that because things may be moving slow, or they might not think nothing is happening, that they're on the wrong path. Okay? So this episode, in a way, is more of a perspective check, a lens check, so to speak. Because one thing I tell my clients when it comes to are they on the right path, I always ask them, are they at peace? Are they happy with their current circumstances and where they are in life? Are they happy at home? Is there peace in their home? Is there peace in their job? Is there peace within themselves? Are they happy and comfortable with themselves? And if any of those things happen to be no, then that is cause to change your circumstances. Now, everyone's circumstances is different. Everyone's circumstances is different. Everyone's battles cannot be measured to each other because everyone's a battle is a battle, regardless of who you are and what you're going through. But the beauty about this is that when it comes to spirituality, you're walking into a world to learn and gain the tools needed so you can be the change and the force of change in your life. So you're giving your spirits, through venerating and honoring your spirits, you're giving them more leeway to step in and actually help you with the forces of change in your life, to dial things in so things can be a lot more streamlined. All right? But also you have to consider this perspective. As I said earlier, if I remember correctly earlier in the beginnings of starting out this podcast, this episode, everything happens for a reason. Be the reason be known or unknown. Everything happens for a reason, my loves. It do. If you're in a position where you have to question if you're on the right path, ask yourself this. What if you're not on the wrong path? What if everything that you've been through, everything that you're going through is part of this quote unquote right path? All right. Society has us thinking, like I said, society has us thinking that things have to be actively happening 24/7. Like things have to be like going off in a cascade effect, like nobody's business. When that's not always the case, you have to understand this is a journey. This is a process, my loves. A process. You're going to have your slow moments. You're going to have your rapid moments. You're going to have your in-between moments. You're going to have your comfortable moments. You're going to have your uncomfortable moments. So what if you are not on the wrong path whatsoever? What if? Because I guarantee you you're not. I guarantee you you're not on the wrong path. What if the current circumstance that you're going through, you are supposed to go through it? That way you have a deeper understanding and appreciation for where you are going and what you're building up to, be it known or unknown. Just because things are not quote unquote going right for you in the moment doesn't mean it's wrong. All right. Again, this is a journey. This is a lifetime, my love. So it's a journey. Sometimes you have to get a little bit lost just so you can be able to learn what you need to learn, rediscover what may have been forgotten, or discover something new for your growth. Sometimes even getting a little bit lost, so to speak, is part of the right path to take you out of the way of something that might be coming towards you that is harmful to you. All right? Which is the reason why I operate under the lens of there's no such thing as the wrong path. Every setback, every mistake, every drawback, every fault and flaw that happens with you, that is natural to you, and that comes to you, is all part of the quote-unquote right path. All right? So what does that mean? When things are going good, regardless if things are going good. Now, understand, I'm not over here being all love and light. I'm just saying, try to find the joy in the moment and the lesson in the moment. There's always something you can take away from it, regardless of the situation. Everything is trying to build you up to a larger and grander picture now. Okay? It truly is. Regardless of what you go through. Some things are harsher than others, I'm not gonna lie. It truly is. There's some folks that are going through some of the most unfortunate situations there is right now. Examples, everything that's going on with Palestine and Congo. Granted, what I'm talking about you can't equate is it the right path and wrong path with that, because that's just travesty, that's just genocide, and that's not okay whatsoever. But for those who are not experiencing what is going on in the world right now, the travesties that's going on in the world right now, based on your individual situation. This is who this episode is for. Okay? Not to diminish anyone's struggles, but if you've been working and striving for something for so long and you're wondering why you're not getting anywhere, it is in those moments where you have to sit down with yourself and dive in deep and reflect. Observe yourself. See what led up to the current situations that is going on. Because it's through the observations and the reflection that you will find and discover the keys to your liberation in your mindset, so you could come to the understanding that everything is already in accordance to the quote-unquote right path. But for those who are struggling to see these things, there are some signs that you could look for that help you understand that you're actually moving in a direction where you're meant to go. One of the biggest things is flow state. When I say flow state, going with the flow, being with the flow, what does that mean? Flow state is basically like this. You're doing your work, you're doing the best you can, striving the best you can. Things happen to have a timely nature to it. You're always provided for. When you're in the flow state, it's like you're always provided for, even if it might seem like nothing is going on. You always happen to be at the right place at the right time. Things happen to be in the right moment for you, in the right time, timely manner. Here's a little example. You had to spend most of your income to be able to pay your bills, or spend most of your income just to get out of a situation. But in doing so, it puts you on a better footing with things. And what you had to give up comes back to you in a timely manner. Be it a new job, someone stepping in to help you out with something, or bigger and brighter and better opportunities. That's just one example. Sometimes the example is actually a lot more simpler than that. You go and put in the order, you leave for a minute, you come right back, and said clerk or someone happens to be just finishing up your food, and they were getting ready to call your name, and you happen to walk right back into that door. The reason why I say it that way is because that actually happened to me recently. I went to Firehouse Subs because I put in an order. The store was right next door. Went to go buy a couple of things. Went back to the car. Came right back in to pick up my food. They just finished it, and they were just right calling my name. The little signs that you're in a flow state. Some of these signs also comes in nature, if you know how to decipher nature. One of the most blessed signs I like to equate with this is red birds, cardinals, because if you know anything about Black culture and also hoodoo practice, them red birds, them cardinals, those are your ancestors. Those are the spirits of your loved ones coming and making an appearance and showing you that things are okay. Seeing birds of prey, falcons, hawks, shoot, even vultures. Signs. Blue jays, signs. How nature responds and reacts to you, signs that everything's going to be okay. Of course, each animal has their own individual meaning, but still, signs that everything is okay and everything's moving the way it's supposed to. But one of the most important things that I want to focus on with this is mindset. because mindset plays a big part into this. The biggest portion with it is developing a growth mindset, a thriving mindset. See, when most people ask, are they on the right path, is coming from a survival mindset. Survival mindset as in they had to fight just to have a little bit of something, and they're tired of fighting to have that little bit of something. They don't want to struggle for it anymore, which is completely understandable and reasonable because who likes to struggle? Sometimes it's a shift in mindset to a growth mindset. What's a growth mindset? As in, you see your setbacks as a springboard to greater and higher heights. Now, I'm not denouncing or neglecting the human emotions, as in, it's okay to be frustrated with your situation. It's okay to be upset and angry. However, if you are going to feel that way, let it out, but don't stew in it. Don't sit in it. Don't stew, don't sit in it. Because by sitting in it and stewing in it, you're shooting yourself in the foot subconsciously. Remember that. Your subconscious mind is always active, be it if you're awake or asleep. Your subconscious mind is always listening. And because your subconscious mind is always listening, seeds are constantly being planted. Seeds are constantly being sown. Based on what you say, what you think, what you feel, what you do. That's where mindset comes in. Being mindful of the seeds in which you sow. Because regardless of the seeds that you sow, honey, them seeds will become trees and it will bear fruit. And how I said in previous podcasts, that apple never falls far from the tree. And when the apple falls, it decays and new seeds are planted. Growth mindset. When the apple falls, you want it to be a growth, a springboard. Don't let setbacks upset you. Don't let obstacles upset you much. Failure is the mother to success. Sometimes you're going to have to hit your face on the pavement. Just a little bit or a lot, depending on what you're going for, until you get that one singular success, which leads to the breakthrough in which you've been working towards. So when it comes to the mindset, the growth mindset, the thriving mindset, when it comes to your goals in which you're working towards, what you're trying to bring about in your life, how badly do you want it? Of course, many of you are going to say, oh, you want it really bad. Okay, so are you hungry for it? You're going to let yourself be discouraged easily. Honey, no. If you want it that bad, don't let yourself be discouraged so easily. If your will to achieve what you want to achieve is that passionate and powerful, honey, setbacks should not dim or lessen that fire within you. Because there is always a way. Always a way. Regardless of the circumstance, there's always a way. And if you're in a situation where you have to just be okay with sitting in the uncomfortable situation and relax so you discover the way forward, then baby, look what you're going to have to do. All it is, simply. Truly, all it is, simply. So to round it off, how do you know that you're on the right path? Depends on your mindset. How you see things and how you utilize your situation, be it good, bad, in between, or ugly, will decide how you move in accordance to your journey. Because there's no such thing as the wrong path or the right path. It's just the journey and the process that leads to your overall betterment and growth. So I hope y'all enjoyed this episode. I hope y'all understand what I'm getting at. And I also hope that y'all understand I'm not diminishing anyone's situations or struggle. I'm here to give perspective. So that way you are armed with the keys to be able to bring yourself forward and not continue to sit in frustration, in discouragement and discomfort longer than what you have to. All right? Now, next episode, because I said, 2 episodes are going to be dropping this week, and you basically want to listen to them together. Next episode is actually going to be over the art of discernment. What is discernment? Because discernment is constantly thrown around left and right in the spiritual community. Now, I throw the word discernment around a lot because I know what it means to me, and I also see what it means to other people. But when people say use your discernment, what is discernment? And that's what we're going to be getting into the next episode. So, with that said, y'all have a marvelous Thursday. New moon in Taurus, which is for manifestation. Manifestation when it comes to getting yourself forward, bringing yourself forward. Prosperity, abundance, opportunities, new growth. So with that said, y'all take care. And may your forward journey from here, moving on forward, be blessed, be wholesome, and you succeed, triumph, and overcome no matter the situation. Y'all take care.